While serving as commissioner, Norman was also president delegate to Interpol. Norman became the president of Interpol from 1992 to 1994.
Ambassador GUSI, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am humbled to be in the presence of so many highly achieved individuals from around the world. I was particularly moved and struck by the words of our guest speaker. I was a police officer from the age of 18 until I retired as the Commissioner of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and therefore I am deeply honored to be joined in this room by so many law enforcement professionals, not the least of which is my dear friend, Buck Ravel. If you have an opportunity to spend time with Buck and I tonight, or over the next few days, we will tell you how we have saved the world on many occasions. None of which is true, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we all owe a debt of gratitude to Ambassador GUSI, who has to be the only individual that I have ever met who never sleeps, since I received calls from him at all hours of the night and day, and he always seemed to be so enthusiastic that he engendered enthusiasm on the part of all of us. This is my first trip to this country, and I'm delighted to be here for this occasion. I thank all of you for coming. I thank you all for the consideration that my wife and I have already received in this wonderful city, and I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you better over the next few days. Congratulations to all of the fellow recipients. I'm deeply humbled to be with you. Thank you so very, very much for the invitation and the honor. Thank you.
Now, may we give way to our ex-president, Amo C. Sawyer, the former president of Liberia. Please come to stage. He was both as the National Constitution Commission to draft a new constitution for Liberia as a major part of the transition to civilian rule. Ex-president Amo Sawyer.
Ambassador GUSI and Madame GUSI, distinguished laureates, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I bring you greetings from Her Excellency Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the President of the Republic of Liberia, and the Nobel laureate for Peace for 2011. Before my departure from Liberia, Madame Sirleaf, in recognition of this honor bestowed on me, for which we are all deeply grateful, awarded me in a special ceremony Liberia's highest decoration. And so, Ambassador GUSI, you have triggered in my country greater honor for me by indeed honoring me in this way here by the GUSI Peace Award. We in Liberia are consolidating our peace through processes of democratic elections just completed. And we look forward as we broaden the base of our economy and as we develop greater accountability and transparency in our systems of governance. We want to once again become this beacon of hope and this light in West Africa that will brighten the future of our sub-region. My family and I have my wife and relatives sitting there. They are only a tiny fraction of my very large family, of which we're very proud. We're all deeply grateful, and we're very pleased to be in the company of such distinguished individuals. Let me close by saying congratulations.
Advocate of educational, academic, institutional integrity, and moral literacy. He was the first to be democratically elected after Bhutan became a parliamentary democracy in 2008. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Thakar S. Padella.
It is a very special honor to be invited to this open gathering. I'm Dr. Simpalia, at the moment Minister of Education of the Royal Government of Bhutan, essentially an educator. I am overwhelmed by this recognition that the GUSI Peace Prize Committee has conferred on me, thereby on my country. I'd like to bring to the foundation the deep gratitude for a large community of fellow teachers and the people of Bhutan to this great gathering. I will thank the Ambassador, Parent GUSI, and GUSI, the honorable members of the Board of Trustees, as members of the foundation for this very special honor. Some 35 years ago, the King of Bhutan, His Majesty Jingyatsen Wantik, decided, even when he was only a teenager, that the world needed a special dream. And this dream he called gross national happiness. In the year 2010, the Ministry of Education decided that education must have a bigger goal, a more sublime goal than simply preparing people for the job market. So we launched a program called Educating for Gross National Happiness to be realized through building green schools for many Bhutan. Once again.
He spent a lifetime, over 35 years, in the field of intelligence, strategic matters, and security. During this period, he has dealt extensively in a whole range of issues, including internal, national, and global security, aspects of counterterrorism, counterintelligence, and strategic analysis. The Governor of West Bengal, India, His Excellency Manilala Kala Narayana.
Ambassador GUSI, Mrs. Evelyn GUSI, fellow laureates, ladies and gentlemen. I think my good friend, the nominator, said that he felt humbled. If he felt humbled, I feel even more humbled to be awarded the GUSI Peace Prize. I spent a lifetime as a police. Spanning 38 years, I became what was deemed to be the head of the Indian police, which consists of about 1 million people. And I think during this process of being a policeman, being an intelligence sleuth, you learn a lot of things. You learn that the most important quality is humanity. You learn that you need to always understand that there is a greater good and there is a greater strength that leads you on. And therefore to be awarded the GUSI Peace Prize is a very special moment. After my years in the police, I became the National Security Advisor of India. And for the last almost 2 years, I've been the Governor of West Bengal.
It's better that when one gets an opportunity to be in the midst of people like you, where you recognize that so many people contribute to make the world a better place. I was struck by the prayer which started today's proceeding. I felt a special bond because Father Pustai and I have in a sense a common heritage. We both come from Tamil Nadu. I mean, his ancestors many years ago, many years ago, and mine currently. But the language that was spoken was the same. We need the blessings of the Lord. We need all the strength that we can muster from all good human beings and from the Lord above to maintain peace in a very troubled world. What the GUSI Peace Foundation tries to do is to encourage people who are doing their best and yet are seldom recognized. But this gives an opportunity when you recognize people who are doing good in very different fields, whether it's education, whether it's social welfare, whether it is in the arts, in various other forms. Recognition, it means a great deal. I think we need another prize for Ambassador and Mrs. GUSI for encouraging such quality information. I come from the land of Mahatma Gandhi. Of course, we have somebody who has much closer association. So peace for us is something great. There were 4 great men that I'm aware of in the last century. Mahatma Gandhi, whom we call Gandhiji. There was Martin Luther King in the United States. There was Nelson Mandela in Africa. And His Holiness the Dalai Lama, each of them in their own way spread the message of peace. I think the GUSI Peace Foundation embodies and symbolizes this. Thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, our Excellency Nalayan. May we call on Mr. Vladimir Nikolaevich from Russia, author of the world-renowned novel Anastasia, which sold millions of copies worldwide.
Здравствуйте, господа. Я очень рад оказаться в такой приятной, великолепной компании.
I appreciate being here at GUSI Peace Prize with such wonderful and honorable people.
Красивых женщин
The company of wonderful ladies
и сопровождающих их мужчин.
and the gentlemen who have come to attend the event with their ladies.
Я благодарен за то,
I'm grateful to you
что вот эти прекрасные люди стали, и я в том числе, стали лауреатами премии мира, премии GUSI.
I'm grateful to you for acknowledging me and these people, the laureates of GUSI Peace Prize.
Я думаю, впредь этих людей ждет великое будущее.
I think the great future is waiting for these people, and the great future is waiting for GUSI Peace Prize.
Потому что сегодня на Земле рождается прекраснейшее будущее.
Because today on the earth, this great future is being born already.
Мы все сидим здесь и думаем, что мы сидим в реальности, в реальном мире.
We are all sitting here and we are thinking that we are in the real world.
Но мы сейчас находимся вне реального мира.
But in fact, we are out of reality at the moment.
Реальный мир это впереди.
The real world will come very soon.
Реальный мир это тот мир, в котором каждая семья,
The real world is the world when each family,
каждая семья
возьмет по маленькому кусочку земли
Each family will have a small piece of land
и построит на нем свое родовое поместье.
and build its own family